Do you think the British Grand Green Management Committee is too big? There seems so many past presidents and things who get votes and things. Do you think it would be better just like one vote for county instead of counties having 3 and 4 votes and past presidents?
Well, that has been suggested, and I don't think it's a bad thing, because you are supposed to take everything back to your county for them to agree on. And yeah, at the AGM you can have 7, 8 or 9 different representatives getting 7 or 8 different votes. Really, if you went with the same mandate, one person, one vote for or one vote against.
I mean, I'm on the Staffordshire committee, and I've been on for the last couple of years, and we had a meeting to look through the proposals for the rules revision meeting to decide which way Staffordshire would vote on issues.
Yeah.
And we say we'll vote for this or vote against that, and the 4 delegates who then went along were all told to vote for this particular thing.
Yeah.
And I said at the time, well, why 4 of us all got to go and vote for the same thing?
Yeah.
Why can't you just have the 15 counties to vote each?
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same with the past presidents. You know, you could end up with 6 or 7 votes from one county, and you know, I just personally I don't see the need for so many on the committee, and there's so many subcommittees and things. I think the old management structure just somehow needs restructuring.
Well, the organisation is under review at the moment, but it's not going to happen overnight. But hopefully, streamlining I think is probably a good idea, and monetary wise it's a good idea, because obviously the less meetings you have, the less cost there is.
I think, personally speaking as well, from my own personal point of view, what I'd like to see in terms of people on the BCG management committee is perhaps more of the bowlers, and maybe even, dare I say it, more of the top bowlers who enter a lot of the big tournaments, know what the game's about, and actually can put something back into the game, really. We haven't necessarily got that kind of population on our management at the moment, have we?
By the same argument that they can, they could do exactly the same that I've done. Go to your county, get the experience then, and then move on.
Yeah.
There is that argument. But yeah, I quite agree that the top players, and probably the top players know what they want, and would know what would be required for the younger players. Coming on.
It isn't even not necessarily perhaps completely the top players, but I think just perhaps people who are in touch with the game as it stands currently, and perhaps some of the existing committee, with all due respect to the individuals concerned, probably are not so much in touch with the game as it stands at the moment. I mean, I don't know what your view is on that, Mel.
Yeah, I quite agree. I mean, I've been asked to go on this new sort of sub-development committee, which you're probably aware of, Barry. I think there's about 10 of us in there, various bowlers, administrators, and it's good to see the top guys like Graham Wilson and Gary Ellis and Andrew Cairns as well, giving the time, along with such myself and Jim Parker and Andy Paget, who's on here at the moment, Wayne Curran, various people. And we've all said, we're honoured to have been asked to be part of this development. We've had a couple of meetings, we've come up with various ideas, but at the same time we want to know that those above the management committee themselves do take a little bit of notice. We know we're not going to move hell and high water, as it were, but we'd like to think that we're not going to be wasting our time, and some of the ideas we put forward, we've already had 1 or 2 which I think are tremendous ideas for the sport. We just feel that we would still have this stumbling block of possibly getting through, and some of the changes, there's this like 2/3 majority of things as well, what's that all about? Surely if something's gone, it just should be a majority on anything, not the 2/3.
Well, there's no problem with changing that. Again, all you've got to do is get support at the AGM and change the rule.
Yeah, but you need 2/3 majority to change it.
Well, I wouldn't go into all the rules, because some do and some don't.
Yeah.
But as you said, that forum that you sit on, it has been well documented at BCGBA, and some of the points have been taken up, and
yeah,
they are taking notice of that committee.
Yeah. Well, so we've only had a couple of meetings yet, and I think there's another one planned shortly.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, not been advised just yet, but hopefully, think something can come from that. Like I said about the annual fee of £1. I'm sure Boulders would probably be prepared to pay it if they knew the money was going to be put to good use.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's lots been said about the amount of money that's in the kitty with the British Crown Green, but again, it's if we have extra money, we want to see the British Crown Green needs to be transparent and saying, well, if we got this extra money, this is what we're going to use it on.
Yeah, correct.
It's not going to be stored away in some investment in a foreign bank or anything like that.
It should be invested back into Boulders.
And also have some officials at the top level who perhaps, particularly from the promotion side, a promotion officer or something like that, and pay the money for professional people.
Yeah.
The greatest respect to the people like yourself. You do a tremendous job, and they're willing volunteers, but in some cases it needs probably a more professional experience, isn't it? Some paid post, which hopefully, and that's one of the things that has been mentioned in our subcommittee meeting, but obviously I'm not at liberty to discuss other things that have been said. That's for the committee to go through. But we had Ron Holt here last year, and Ron, in his presidential year, he was saying he wanted to do this, wanted to do that. Nothing really changed, and that's no disrespect to Ron, but I think it's having held handcuffs on at times and going through.
It's all time. Everything is time consuming.
Yeah. And again, as you said earlier, the streamlining is something that perhaps needs looking into.